All right, let's watch Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 59 halftime show.
I was very hyped for this. Very hyped. Visually, this is interesting. I can't make out what this is trying to say up here. I don't quite get it.
Salutations! It's your uncle, Sam.
All right, so we've got Samuel L. Jackson, one of the biggest, most recognizable actors in the world. Love some Samuel L. Jackson. I pity the fool. Actually, that's the wrong guy. Anyway, Samuel L. Jackson is great. Let's see what he's going to say.
And this is the great American game.
My Gemini twin back powering up. No more handshakes and hugs. The energy only circulate through us. Everybody must be judged. But this time, God only favoring us. 20 years in, still got that pen dedicated to bare hard truth. Etiquette speak with a vision and tongue. Predicate this time is I'm carrying heavier hearts right now like a power.
All right, so when I was watching this in person, I was at a party, and I could not hear a word that he was saying. And in the digital world, it's not just about the words that you're saying, it's about the visual effects. It's about that wow factor. And again, I could not hear one word he was saying right here. Kendrick, by the way, probably one of the best rappers of our era because he's not just whining, he's not using a bunch of autotune, he's actually bringing lyrics, and when you're listening to them in your whip, you're getting beats, you're getting music. I got none of that from this presentation.
I would live with Olympians too, carrying various darts right now. I deserve this like tiramisu. We go body for body, I hand you a body, I'm probably a better masseuse.
We got a bunch of people jumping out of the car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You would not get the picture if I had to sit you for hours in front of the Louvre. When I have a soul, even if I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q. Started with nothing but government cheese, but now I concedes the government too. Remember the fools.
Okay, so you remember I was talking about visual. Visually, I love this. Kendrick rolls deep. He's got a ton of people with him. They're all jumping out of his Cadillac here. Pretty dope. I like this.
Pen and brown, but now the 100 is blue. Remember I said I'm the greatest back when you debated the number 1 and number 2. Topic was always hilarious to me. You carried them to me. I brought out the face. The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Someone better squabble up.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and her, my babies.
So I want to pinpoint something here. On his chain, he's got a lowercase a. When I was watching this, so this is an Easter egg. You wouldn't notice this. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, he's wearing an Amazon chain. It's kind of weird. It's actually an A minor. So with a little bit of context here, which to me is a little bit of a strange thing, is that a lot of people that are watching the Super Bowl, probably 95% of the people watching the Super Bowl have no idea who Kendrick Lamar is. So they're being introduced to Kendrick Lamar for the very first time. He has this massive ongoing beef with Drake. And one of his famous lines is A minor. And that's what this A is. It's not an Amazon logo. It doesn't have to do with Kendrick. It's an inside super niche Easter egg within the show.
Keep a horn on me, that could my CIP. Ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Don't, baby, rockin' it. Quid pro quo, what you want, cause I'm watching it. Work on the flow, let me know if you clocking it. Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. It was worth tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down young, be some whole other politics. That's a what in them, that's a lot of what. Don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies. Ghetto child, he was Blackie Mouse with the smeared off. We outside, worried about to kill him off. Blaps.
You know, as a father, I can really appreciate that he doesn't have just a bunch of naked women jumping around on stage. It seems like every Super Bowl, we just get a bunch of naked women jumping around stage. So I really respect that he did not go that way, at least so far. Let's keep watching. Let's see when the naked women are coming. Because we know it's pop culture. You got to have naked women jumping around.
Claps, back, brick or raw. Tell me why you boys rap if it's fiction. Tell me why you boys fed if it's criminal. Hey, Doc, can I get a drop? No, H boom boom from the west side to Senegal. Full moon, let the wolves out. I've been a dog. Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. What? Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up. What? Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
No, 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 no! Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up!
So I don't think that it's too ghetto. I mean, this is like a major part of our culture. And again, going back to when I was watching this live, which tens of millions of people watching this live are at parties, they're at bars, and you can't. Kendrick is one of the dopest lyricists of our decade, and I didn't get any of his lyrics during. I just saw him kind of doing this visually. The last several minutes, last 3 minutes, there were all the guys, all the girls jumping out of the car. Visually, that was cool, but so far, I haven't really gotten that visual aspect. So when I was watching this live, I'm like, okay, there's a guy jumping around stage, Kendrick jumping around stage, he's rapping, but I didn't hear any of the lyrics, I didn't hear any of the beats, I didn't hear any of the music. I was missing that.
Nobody pray for me. It been a day for me.
Okay, so this is the second really major visual effect. You've got the American flag, you've got the blue up here, you've got the red, white, and blue. So I like that. That's cool. Visually, this is a really cool effect, I think.
Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finessing on them with some counterfeit. Now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant of my fact, I'm down it.
This is dope.
Tuesday with my boo-bay tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst.
And I'm not like the largest Kendrick fan, but I recognize this song. I do recognize this song. I bumped this song. This is a dope song.
Girl, knocking by you, the world with my pay stub. I know it's good, won't you sit it on my taste buds? Are you way too petty? Once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block, then I break it down, then we call it Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM funk. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them funk.
This is dope.
If I quit your BM, I still ride Mercedes. If I quit the season, I still be the greatest funk.
My left stroke just went viral.
Right stroke, put a baby in the, be humble, sit down.
So now he's kind of he got a little diss at Lil Baby, which, if you don't know, Lil Baby, another huge rapper. So it's kind of interesting. This entire show is kind of like a diss track, which I can respect. He's got his squad with him. He's thrown out the diss track.
Be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down, hold on.
Gun sounds, everyone runs.
Royalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter, put the war in peace inside my DNA. Got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. That's hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA.
So again, watching this live, I couldn't hear a word he was saying, and visually, this is visually not very interesting to me, honestly. He's like on a street. It's kind of like the concrete block. I like the aggressiveness. I mean, this is the freaking National Football League. Football is a very aggressive, violent sport. So I can dig the energy, but couldn't hear a word he was saying.
Was born like this, perform like this.
Also, by the way, I don't know this song.
What's your shoe, what new weapon? That's murder, conviction, murders, boosters, burglars, ballers, dead. Skylar fathers dead with kids in hours. Hold on.
So again, there's something going on here, but I cannot read it. So visually, you're missing the mark. It says, warning. I don't know what this says. You need more lights. Like, my wife went to a Taylor Swift conference, and they were doing some really cool lighting stuff in the audience. I cannot read this. So visually, this totally misses the mark. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. I don't right here remote, okay. Thinking I'm by no reaper. I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Vision man and the drinks sitting all in my house. Like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, made his own place and go take something so okay. Everybody wanna be demon, get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show today. Always a lame, who you thought the money, the proud fame will make you. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, let's play. Have you ever watched your enemy down with a poker face? Man, I know.
This song sounds cool. Sounds cool, but the set is not super exciting. Like the lighting, it's just lights.
Ever since Parma Lee, it's KDOT. Bam!
Okay, this is another thing that a couple people had mentioned. You've got some people hanging and sitting on the stoplights. A couple people mentioned like, oh, there's someone on the stoplights. Why? What? There's a guy sleeping on the stoplights. Why? What? Maybe it's an Easter egg that maybe it's an inside thing. I don't know, but it's kind of cool. What's he gonna do? Let's find out.
I deserve it all. Keep these bums away from me. Keep my essence contagious, that's okay with me. Burn this thing down, don't you play with me. Stay with me, crashing out right now, it ain't safe for me.
It's kind of cool. He brought us up, now he's bringing us back down.
Just wait and see.
Visually, some guys sitting on a street corner, I guess. Kind of interesting.
The dangerous me or the famous me? How annoying. From the boys in the game I speak, ashamed of me. It's important, I deserve it all because it's mine. Why you think you deserve the greatest of all time?
Oh, see, you brought your homeboys with you. The old culture cheat code. Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life.
Getting Samuel L. Jackson involved is pretty cool. But again, to this point, visually, we've gone 3 or 4 minutes and nothing really visually exciting has happened, which again, people can't hear what you're saying. They can't see your words. I can't hear your words. I can't hear the music. I just saw him like saying stuff, but I couldn't understand anything he was saying.
Hi. What? Look. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? They ain't talking about
Okay,
nothing.
there's people doing things, gyrating.
I just put the buggers in my chain. Pickable. 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Pickable. 7.62s, I make them plain. Pickable. I'm popping out your band, that's what my name. Pickable. I put 2 foreigns on a 4-5. Pickable. That's Kachi Pepper if I'm doing pasta. Pickable. Why you acting tough on IG Live? Pickable. You know my loved ones with that. Let's get it. Pickable. Surprise, it's your boy Chuck E. Cheese. Pickable. I FaceTime my eye, yeah, I'm up the street. Pickable. It's AZZ, I put the boys to sleep. He on the ground, praise God, and stomping feet. Pickable. Ladies, yes, I want to make a move.
Dude, this guy is super, super talented. But in this particular venue, the way that it's presented, I just can't hear any words. Now I can hear the words, and I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty dope. All right, so he's gonna spit some game at these chicks. Which, by the way, fully clothed. Love that. Love that. You don't need naked women all over the place. Although visually, that works, which is maybe why people do it.
I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the suit. What song? Yeah, that song.
So he's talking about the Drake diss track, which, by the way, if Drake would have come out and they had like a fight, that would have been dope, but doesn't happen. Spoiler alert.
Maybe I think about it. Oh, no. Know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
Ooh. Oh, you done lost your damn mind.
This world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. This world was mine, I take your dreams and make them multiply. This world was mine, I take
So he's got all these chicks kind of like trailing behind him in an S shape, kind of. But I don't fully understand what's happening or why it's happening.
This world, concrete, flowers grow. Heartaches, you only do what you know.
So now he's got his love, the girl, the love interest coming in. Sorry guys and girls. I don't know who this is. I still don't know who it is. There was no sort of introduction, and here comes, I don't know who she is. There was no talk about her. Fully clothed, respect that. But I don't know who she is. Great voice. Holy cow, great voice.
Out. Slow. Stop.
Wow, this girl has pipes. Again, couldn't hear it until now. Okay, so we've seen an X, a triangle, now we have a circle. Now there is an Easter egg here, which I will explain in just a moment, which never would have guessed, which actually make the Easter eggs make it kind of interesting. But still, a lot of people that are watching this aren't going to get the artistic nature of what he's doing.
You could bring a bullet, bring a morgue, bring a sword, but you can't bring the truth.
Which, by the way, just a second on that, I can really appreciate the artistic factor. It's not as eye-popping or game-breaking while you're watching it, but this is the type of thing that I'll actually, and so I didn't really appreciate or enjoy the performance at first, but now that I know some of the context, now that I can actually hear the lyrics, and I know some of the Easter eggs, it actually makes it more interesting and more memorable. More memorable. I will remember the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show because of this type of thing.
To me, bumping you and all your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations. I recognize your false confidence. Promises all in your conversation. I hate those that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. Oh, you important, you the moral to the story, you endorsing. I don't even like you. Corrupt a man's heart with a gift. That's how you find out who you dealing with. A smart percentage who I'm building with. I want the credit if I'm losing or I'm winning on my mama, Solana.
Yeah, I feel like if I was watching this live and the music was really going, I'd love this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what America wants. Nice and calm. You almost there. Don't mess this.
Is that really what America wants? Nice and calm? No, we want drama. We want aggressiveness. That's what America is, baby. That's what America is.
Oh no. It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the flow.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the.
So this is the Drake diss track.
Mustard on a beat, bro, deep, bro, any rap, he a freak, though, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like G's, what's up with these Draconio, trying to see Compton, in the street can hate me, bump them all in they mama, how many options you really got, I mean, it's too many options, finna crash on his body, I'm John Stockton, what? Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the skull. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoe.
Visually, this isn't doing it for me, but lyrically and whatnot, I'm glad he did it. There's a lot of people asking, is he gonna do the Drake diss track? Is he gonna do the Drake? I knew he would do it. I was just kind of hoping Drake would bust out to really amp up the drama.
Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Baka got a weird case, why I see around. Certified lover boy, certified.
So that's the moment, the certified pedo line. I don't know what Drake does behind the scenes, but I do know what's come out with Diddy was going on for decades. So if assuming the accusations are true, I have tremendous respect in the courage it takes to call out someone like that. So I have a lot of respect for that. I think that's fantastic. Again, a little bit inside, but it gets people talking. And just again, a quick side note, it's kind of interesting the way that the Super Bowl halftime show manifested itself online. People either loved it or they hated it. And I appreciate that. If you're not saying stuff that makes people upset, you're not going hard enough.
I'm on them tough. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
That's the A minor line, which is why he's wearing that chain, the lowercase a. Now, look how many people are on stage right now. I didn't actually get this, but you've got tons of people over the circle. You got tons of people on the triangle. You got tons of people up here next to the car, which is a square, triangle, circle, and you got a bunch of people in the middle. So visually, we're getting there. You still have these people sitting on the lampshades, the lamps, which I don't really fully understand why they're there. They haven't actually done anything. They're just sitting there. I feel like that's a missed opportunity for something visually exciting or cool to happen.
No. No.
This is Serena Williams crip walking. And Serena Williams, very famous tennis player, one of the best in the world, was notoriously kind of called out for doing a crip walk celebration, which is an LA style dance. And actually, I think that's really cool. I like that. Okay, I'm going to highlight this for a second. So on the stage, you've got a square, triangle, circle, and then over here an X. This is a PlayStation controller. PlayStation controller is a square, triangle, X, and O. And PlayStation is owned by Sony, and Sony is the record label that pumps out Drake. So he's kind of taking a shot not just at Drake, but he's taking a shot at Sony here, which I never would have got. It's an Easter egg, which while I was watching it in real time, I was like, what is that? I don't fully get it. 95% of people watching the Super Bowl halftime show are going to be in that book. They're not going to understand. Probably 98% of people are not going to understand what's going on there. But it's an extra level and layer of depth. And I actually really like, the more I think about that layer of depth, the more I like it.
No. No. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then stab this way. Stab that way. Then stab this way. Stab that way. Hold on. I go by the name of K. Kendrick Lamar. Okay, Llama, Mr. Morale. This is Gen X. We come all the way from Compton, California, to a party with y'all. Let me hear you say, Mustard! They acting bad, but somebody gotta do
That's
it.
Mustard, the guy who does a bunch of his beats.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, huh? Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, huh? Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. In the city with the flag beginning thrown. Pass interference, padlock around them. Crash pulling up in up my truck just to play freeze tag. Bone a pick like it was sea bass. When I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. I showed y'all the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They talk about it, how I did it. Good for saving face, I seen the cosmetics. Hairs I gotta take to level my aesthetics.
The lyrics are just so good.
We up the higher metric. Ran up out of luck soon as I up the highest metric. Super Bowl made a feat, you diabetic. Mouth you full of deceit. Cowards telling walking New Orleans with the etiquette of LA.
Another thing that was a big talk was he's wearing kind of like these bell-bottom type of pants. I've talked to a few women who noticed that. I noticed that. I was like, oh, okay, it's different. And the other thing that was interesting is we've come a long way from 90s hip hop where everyone was wearing pants that were so baggy and their underwear was hanging out. I actually respect you don't have naked women jumping around. You got your pants around your waist. You know, you're angry, you're upset. I can appreciate that. And you're bringing it out in the music. A lot of the America is upset for a lot of reasons, a lot of different reasons, because we feel like we're being held down by powerful interests, which, love it or hate, is probably one of the reasons why Trump got elected. He brings Doge in. He's revamping all the government waste. I think it actually appeals to a lot of people, whether they know it or not.
They acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my owner, but some gotta tell the TV off, turn his TV off, huh? Turn his TV off, turn his
Saying,
TV
turn
off,
this TV off.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his.
Okay, again, and here's one of the big visual moments. Up here on the screen, it says game over, but there are not enough lights. I can barely read that. Barely read that. This was a huge fail in that you really wanted to play off the lighting in the stadium, but you couldn't see it. I can barely see it now, and I'm really looking hard. Like, look at this R. It's missing like this area. You can barely read it. Big misstep, my opinion. So what do you think about my assessment? From a digital video producer standpoint, I own a professional agency. What we do is we help influencers really stand out online. And it's not necessarily just about the words you say, it's about the visual effect. And I personally feel like visually, this fell way short of what I would expect. I've said this time and time again. I appreciate the dress. I think that's big. It wasn't overly sexual. There was a lot of anger and rage, which I can respect. I appreciate that. there were a lot of inside Easter eggs, which when I don't know how much of that you want to do for kind of like the internet culture. I can kind of dig that. So bring an extra layer of depth to the art, an extra layer of depth to the performance, an extra layer of art to the performance that keeps people talking about it. That's good. In the digital world, if people aren't talking, let me put it this way. On X last night, more people were talking about how much they liked or hated the halftime show than were talking about the actual game itself, because the game sucked. And the halftime show, I think, it could have been better, could have been worse. When I first watched it, I walked out, I gave it a 2 out of 10. But after really processing it, reading about like what was actually happening, I'm going to bump it up to a 5 out of 10. Lyrics were spot on, but you could not hear any of the lyrics. You were bringing on people, like I didn't know who Serena Williams was at first. I still don't know who that other artist was. I didn't know who DJ Mustard was, but I kind of guessed it because I know it's Mustard on the beat and he's wearing the big M. So I said, that must be Mustard. So visually, the stage was okay. There were no fireworks. You don't need to have pyrotechnics, but they help. There were things like all the people piling out of the car. I think that was cool. The PlayStation number, I didn't understand what the PlayStation reference was when I first watched it. So again, another Easter egg. I'm bumping it up to a 5 out of 10. What do you think? Am I wrong? Am I way off base? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe if you want to work towards building your best digital brand online. If you want to leverage AI, technology, if you want to keep up with what's working online, you definitely want to subscribe. But overall, 5 out of 10. See you in the next video. Peace.